I can't shake hands with everybody. I can't see your face. This is what I look like, Mike Leahy, Leahy Consulting. We're in Cincinnati. This is our 30th year. We've been a Macola dealer for about 20 years. We specialize in manufacturing and distribution. One of our core competencies is being able to extract data out of the Macola database to help our customers make better and more timely decisions. I personally am a crystal reports expert. I've written 4,000 crystal reports. And what we tried to do, or what we are doing with Pulse, is we are taking all of that knowledge of all the reports over these years, and we have incorporated that into our Pulse dashboard product. So how is Pulse different is a question that people ask. One of the main things is you're able to see critical metrics that are important to your company real time. There are several advanced concepts that we show you in Pulse, and you'll see those shortly, that are not available in Macola. Things like inventory turns, inventory aging, various things like that. The unique feature of Pulse is that it's pre-configured. There's no programming. You literally can buy it in the morning, and there's about an hour's worth of setup and installation, and at that point it's running with your data. There's no programming. It comes pre-configured, but all of the screens can be customized, and I'll show you how that works. So those are some of the things that make Pulse different. How does it work? When you first come into the software in the morning, you press the refresh button, and you see summary information, and from there you can click what we call our one-click drill down to see the details, and then from there we have what we call our one-click report writer that allows you to generate custom reports. You'll see how powerful that is. That's our one-click report writer. All of the screens are customizable, and then during the day you can press the refresh button again. So some of the benefits, again, key metrics not in Macola. It pulls everything into one place. A lot of our customers like this because they go into a sales meeting and everybody has the same numbers. They all balance to one another. It minimizes the need for custom reports. But the big thing that our customers like is it emphasizes on-time customer delivery, and it helps you reduce your inventory and focus on what's important for your company. So these are some of the things that people have said about Pulse. It's revolutionary. I don't have to hunt around for all my old reports. Pulls everything into one place. It's divided into modules. This is the list of the modules, and we'll go through those modules one by one, and you purchase just the modules that you want, and you purchase just the number of users that are needed by your company. We're part of LinkedIn. You can join us on LinkedIn. But this is the Pulse mantra, that Macola has the data, but Pulse has the information. In other words, Macola has the raw data, but Pulse is turning that raw data into information to help you make better and more timely decisions. So this is the end of our little PowerPoint, and I'm going to now show you the Pulse dashboard screen. This is the main Pulse screen. This is the executive module, and there's an executive module. There's a financial control module. I have a different database, so I'm going to shift over. This is the financial control module. This is the customer service module. I didn't refresh that. We have a sales and marketing module. Apologize, I thought I had refreshed all these screens. We have an inventory module, we have a purchasing module, and we have a production module. So this is the purchasing module. Somehow I did something, I must have changed something and I didn't refresh this, so I apologize. It just takes a moment to refresh this. For those of you who are looking at these refresh speeds, you'll notice that this is almost instantaneous depending on the speed of your file server. We achieve much faster drill downs, much faster inquiries than anything you can do in Crystal. So part of our goal is to have this run faster and faster. Okay, so we have different modules. On the executive module, this is the overview. I should point out certain things that we use Microsoft SQL Security. So, for example, in your company, not everybody is allowed to see general ledger balances or accounts receivable aging. So when you set the software up, each person's profile It goes down module by module and says, is this person need to have this, yes or no, and each one. And you'll notice that each one of these modules is, you can move these around. They are resizable. This is part of the customizing. So let's take a look at what we have. This is general ledger current balances that are available. We have customer order summary. We have month-to-date data for bookings, for invoiced orders, and for open orders, month-to-date versus budget, year-to-date versus budget, the month end of the prior year. In our demonstration database, we are on June 20th, so this would be for the end of the month for June 20th or June last year, and then the entire prior month. And you're noticing as I point to things, it changes from an arrow to a little hand. And what that means is that all of that information is available. I can click and drill down and see the details. So for example, if I click on the booked orders, what I'm now seeing is these are the details for all of those booked orders, and so on. Okay, here is something that we're seeing for the first time that's not available in Macola, an aging of open purchase orders. We now have a traditional accounts receivable and accounts payable aging. But this screen right here is the beginning of where things start getting exciting in the Pulse software. This is looking at open customer orders. So let's say that it's Monday morning, it's 7:30 in the morning, and all your employees are arriving, and the people in the warehouse are arriving, and they're getting ready to go out and pick orders. Well, without something like Pulse or some other custom reports, you might think, well, I have $97,000 worth of orders to ship out to the day. So I click on there. Everything's great. I think that's fine. But very shortly what happens is your pickers come back disgruntled saying, these products are not available. I can't find them in the warehouse. Why did you send me out looking for stuff that isn't there? So this in Pulse is very, very popular. It allows you to see the reality. In this case, we have $97,000 worth of orders that are supposed to ship out today, but only $37,000 is available. We have back orders, we have shortages, we have orders on hold, we have orders that we didn't post, and so on. So this is looking through the end of today, through the end of the month, and then it's looking out the next 30, 60, 90 days and beyond, and telling us what we have available and what we don't have available. So in a moment, I'm going to show you what we're doing to help this process. In other words, Monday morning is not I can't react on Monday morning to the fact that I have shortages. So what we're going to show you in a minute in the customer service module is where we start showing you what to do to anticipate that. We have graphs that show us our booked orders day by day, our invoiced orders day by day, as well as month by month. So on any of these screens, I can expand this. And what I can do now is I can hover over this field, and I can see I brought in, today is the 20th, I brought in almost $46,000 worth of orders. The blue line is the current month. The brown line or the orange line is the same month last year. The green line is our budget, so you can see we're below our budget. And then this light blue line is the projection. What it's saying, Pulse is saying that if we continue this activity for the month, we will end up slightly behind where we were this time last year. And I didn't show you this, but I can click on this. You see how it turned into a hand? I can click on this, and I can see the underlying detail. So now I want to show you how this works. Let's say that I'm the sales manager, and I want to see the underlying detail by customer. So this is fine. I can look at it by customer. I can come down here below. I can see the individual details by item, and so on. But let's say that I'm the operations manager or the warehouse manager. I don't want to see it by customer. I want to see it by item numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going into what we're calling our one-click report writer. And you might notice here these are all of the data fields that are available in Macola. I'm going to eliminate the customer number and the customer name, and instead I'm going to replace it with the item number. So I'm going to take the item number and the item description, and I'm going to move this field down here. And at this point, now what I can see is I can see the information by item instead of by customer. So it remembers these settings for each individual. So the next time I come back into this, I'll demonstrate that. The next time I come back into this, it remembers my settings and I'm in there by item. Another feature that people like very, very much is the ability to export any of the graphs, any of the charts to Excel. So I hit the Save button, and it says, give me a name, so I'm going to save this. And it has saved it. Now it says, do I want to open it? So what's going to happen is it's going to launch Excel. And you can see I'm in Excel. It's going to launch Excel. So if I want to do some further analysis, I can now save this and do that analysis within Excel. The other button here is if I do want to print it, I want to print this information. This is the print image. And then from here, I can email this, I can send it to a PDF file, or I can actually print it. So the reason I'm bringing you through this is that every single screen, every single field, you can drill down to see the details. You can rearrange these columns. You can sort it down by however you want to sort it. You can print it. You can export it. You can PDF. So this is a common feature all the way through. And in some cases, there'll be a secondary drill down to see the information. Okay, so we talked about graphs for orders and for invoice. Down here, what I can do is I can look at my margin analysis. So, for example, I can see that my margin this time last year was 33%, but somehow, through some miracle, I have improved my margins. I've almost doubled them this year. Another feature that's very nice is that I can look at my orders coming in day by day, almost hour by hour. So if you want to, you could see the orders coming in. You would go up here and press refresh periodically, and you'd see the orders coming in, and you'd be able to compare them to the same day last year, or it could be the same day last month, or something like that. So this is our main screen, and then from this we can create, I don't have that on here, but we can create secondary tabs that will have information that's just for maybe a product line or a sales rep or a territory. So I can break this summary information down into by customer, by product, and so on. Okay, so we're going to go on to the financial control module. I have to switch to a different database, so I'm going to do this here. The financial control module is designed to allow you to show your department managers the controllable expenses that they're responsible for. So in my particular case, I have some miscellaneous expenses. I have some operational expenses. I have a bad roof, and I'm responsible for the roof. So those are the controllable accounts that I have. So I'm able to look at actual versus budget versus the prior year, and then I can see the difference. So if I like to see graphs, I can see this information. If I like to see the numbers, and I can drill down on any of these, and then I can further drill down to down to the journal entry. So the benefit of this is that for your department managers, rather than waiting until the end of the month and giving them a report and then having them debate or argue over, well, this expense should have gone to another department, this is providing a real-time expense control mechanism for each department as well as for the entire company.